The Vampyre opens with the entry of the mysterious and singular Lord Ruthven. He is described as handsome but grey-eyed and pale, and seemingly incapable of happiness. He has a winning tongue, meaning he's a good conversationalist and is persuasive. The bored aristocracy welcomes him, as he's a diversion from their usual boredom. Already disgraced aristocratic women throw themselves at him, but he only shows interest in the virtuous women. Next we meet Aubrey, a wealthy young man who was orphaned at a young age. He has been financially taken care of, but he's particularly naive due to neglect of his education. He is good and idealistic. Like the rest of the aristocracy, he takes notice of Lord Ruthven, and they strike up a friendship and decide to travel across Europe together. Aubrey did not know Ruthven well before they left, and upon spending time with him, he doesn't like how Lord Ruthven behaves. Ruthven gives money to those who intend to do ill with it, while sending away the truly needy, and bad things keep happening to good people who cross Ruthven's path. When they are in Rome, Aubrey receives letters from home confirming his own observations, that formerly virtuous young women in London have been utterly corrupted by Ruthven, and Aubrey's guardians beg him to come home. Aubrey warns the family of a young Italian girl that Ruthven is intending to corrupt, and informs Ruthven that he's going to continue the trip alone. He goes on to Greece by himself, where he falls in love with his landlord's daughter, the beautiful Ianthe. The family's very happy about this, and all's going well for a while, although they're very superstitious, and they try to warn him about wandering off in the countryside, which is known to have vampires. He laughs at their superstitions and goes off on his own anyway. While he's out, a bad storm arrives. As he's looking for shelter, he hears a woman scream, followed by an evil laugh. He forces his way into the hut from which the scream came, and finds Ianthe's corpse. The locals insist she was killed by a vampire. Aubrey falls into an ill and delirious state. It is in this state that Lord Ruthven finds him upon his arrival in Greece. They agree to travel together again, but are quickly attacked by bandits one night, and Lord Ruthven seems to be fatally wounded. On his deathbed, he insists that Aubrey promise not to tell anyone about his crimes or death for a year and a day. When Aubrey agrees, he laughs and then seems to die. In going through Lord Ruthven's things, he finds a dagger exactly like the one that killed Ianthe. He starts to head home and stops in Rome to find the girl Ruthven had been courting is missing, and her family's fortunes are in ruin. He rushes home to his younger sister's arms. Shortly thereafter, he attends an event with his sister at the place where he had first met Lord Ruthven. He's standing off to the side when someone grabs his arm and whispers in his ear, "Remember your oath." He's too scared to see who said it, but he knows. He rushes home and descends into madness, so obsessed with the monster still being alive that he ignores his sister, and no one can understand anything he says. One day shy of the release of his oath, it is announced that his sister is marrying the Earl of Marsden. At first Aubrey is happy, but then sees the picture in her locket, and realizes that her betrothed is none other than Lord Ruthven under a different name. He tries to warn her, but seems to be descending into madness again, so he's ignored. He tries again the morning of the wedding, but Lord Ruthven angrily reminds him of his oath and pushes him away. The wedding takes place, and the newlyweds leave London. At midnight, Aubrey's released from his oath, which was actually a curse, and is able to relate what happened just before he dies of a broken blood vessel. The guardians try to protect his sister, but when they find her, they find she has been killed by the vampire.